Hi there. We're going to continue our tutorial with looking at a stem stitch. So as always, your thread single layered with your knot at the end. This stitch is often used, as it says, using it as a stem for when you're doing trees or flower stems. It just gives a little bit more of a solid and substantial stitch than a back stitch, but it's really up to you which ones you choose. So as per the others, bring up your needle at the start of your line. And then what you're doing is about 5 millimeters past, as you have with the others. But this time you're coming through on a little diagonal. Okay, so you do that again. You're going to push your thread in about 6 millimeters, 5 or 6, and then you're going to come back up on a little diagonal and bring that through. So you're almost ending up about halfway through that stitch. So moving along a bit of a diagonal. So you're going in just under the line, out just above the line. In just below the line and out just a tiny bit above the line. And you can see it's creating a more substantial line than this one. That's quite a thin line. This one's starting to be a bit thicker. You don't want to pull them too tight because you don't want it to pucker or gather the fabric. This one here I'm going to pull tight to show you. See how that's starting to wrinkle up the fabric? We don't want that. So we just loosen that off a little bit. Just a fraction below the line and then just above the line. And you're almost using your finger underneath. So the positioning of my hand, I've pretty much got my finger underneath the needle. So what I'm doing is using the finger underneath to leverage out where I'm popping the needle out from. So you can see I'm going in, and then with my finger I'm pushing the needle to give me enough of an angle to push it out again. If you're finding that that's really difficult, You can go in this side and come up halfway. So you can do it either way. Go down. And then up. Whichever way you find easiest. Oh. So this shows you what happens when it gets a little bit twisted, because sometimes your thread gets twisted. So it's just a matter of, don't pull it tight, just loosen off those threads, and sometimes you just have to twist your needle in the direction that it wants to go, or let it hang so you can see that it's twisting and now it's no longer twisted. So that's just an extra little tip. If you find your thread is getting very twisted up and starting to knot. And just like the rest, once you get to the end, I'll do one more. You take this through to the back. Create a little tiny loop, bring your needle through it, and that creates your knot. Don't cut it too close, always leave a little bit of a tail. And that is your stem stitch.